Hey there. Doing something at extreme level is never going to help you. When I say doing something at the extreme level, it is overdoing something. Moderation is always a key to success. I have a friend who always does things at extreme levels. He used to get up very late. I suggested him that if you start getting up early, around 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, it will benefit you. Then he got convinced. What he did is he started getting up at 4 o'clock, and he calls me and starts bragging about it. He says he told me I should also start getting up at 4 o'clock, it will benefit me more. I told him that is extreme. You should start with small. Instead of getting up at 8 o'clock, I rather prefer getting up at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. Then what happened? Within a month, he quit because he was doing it at the extreme level. Sometimes he used to get up at 3 o'clock. That's not sustainable. I told him that I read every day for 15 minutes or half an hour. Then he got inspired by it and he took a pledge to read one book per week. I told him that's extreme. Why don't you start with small? Then he gave me a lecture and said why he 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 tried to convince me why I should also try to read one book per week. Then I said no, that's not possible by me. How many books did he read? You know, he just tried it for 3 weeks. Then he quit because he doesn't believe in moderation. He says moderation is for ordinary people, not for him. So similarly, people who follow celibacy, no fap, must do it in moderation. If you do it at extreme level, you cannot succeed. If you do it at the extreme level, always you will be thinking about it. So that's the exactly opposite of doing practicing celibacy. Thinking about what you don't want to do will never help you. You will end up in doing that. So even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says this: moderation is the key. Never eat too much, never eat too less, never overdo. A yogi follows moderation in everything he does. In Bhagavad Gita 6.16 it is mentioned. नात्याश्नस्तस्तु योगोऽस्ति न चैकान्तम् अनाश्नता न चाति शीलस्य जागृतो नैव चार्जुन. It means There is no possibility of once becoming a yogi, O Arjuna, if one eats too much or too little, sleeps too much or does not sleep enough. I shared this verse with my friend, and he says, not all instructions in Bhagavad Gita are meant for everyone. He says this does not apply to him. Once, what happened? The same friend of mine got inspired by Sri Sadguru, where he heard Sadguru saying that you should not eat too much. I agree with that. But Sadguru eats only once in a day, that too in the evening. And my friend got inspired by it and he started practicing it. Can you guess how long it lasted for him? Not more than a month. See, you have to start small and do the things in moderation. Then only you can succeed. I see many people who who start going to gym. They do it at extreme. They overdo it. They brag about it. They just say I can't sleep without going to gym, and they do 20 every day in a week. But more results can be obtained when you do in moderation. It applies to everything, even for studies. If you overstudy, your retention power will reduce. If you understudy, you cannot succeed. Study in moderation. So people who want to follow celibacy must remember this. Moderation is the key. Try to adapt to this lifestyle in moderation. Then only you will see the results.